It's important to me when you have the most deadliest planet to really live up to that.
Genna is the most dangerous planet in the whole universe, so every plant, every creature is technically trying to kill you.
New Zealand, thankfully, has incredibly impressive landscapes where we only need to subtly enhance with visual effects to make look otherworldly.
Genna. We needed to make this look like an alien planet environment that hadn't been seen before, and that it felt not only mysterious, but different to the viewer.
We went out with the express purpose of being able to get up close with the natural environment in these locations, but also reveal big, epic, wide views of Genna.
You want to inspire the brain, the mind, the eye, and you want to show things that take your breath away. And of course, they'll be digitally augmented as well, so that there's an alien factor to it. But when you stand next to a 100-foot waterfall, you are transported.
We're following, discovering these planets, the most dangerous planet in the universe. And the locations in New Zealand are just fantastic to show that.
We have filmed in like the most beautiful locations ever.
I never get tired of the view.
Here in New Zealand, the weather's a bit unpredictable, so you don't know what you're gonna get. But Dan had said, it's okay, we're gonna roll with it. So we've had some rain, we've had some wind, but we've also had beautiful sunny days as well.
Stop, you see all of them in front of you, but we're surrounded kind of thing. One of my favorite days was shooting in a trench that's filled with a couple feet of water. There were eels inside those waters, and we had to wear these hip waders and water protective gear, and we're trudging through in ways that I would have loved as a little kid. It all felt like we were on an adventure together that was really special.
Like this?
Yeah, so that hand goes
I
out.
have to go like that.
They're all looking in front of you, and then following you around. Yeah, they're all looking.
The world building and environment work here at FX for Predator Badlands involved a wide range of different environments and scenarios. So a huge undertaking really to have somewhat a seamless integration. We needed to make sure that this all felt plausible, photographic, real, and appropriate to everyone's taste.
We have an open plain of razor grass that he has to navigate, and these terrifying branches that feels like the forest is coming alive itself, and the spike pod minefield that Deck has to traverse.
We had to obviously put the spike pods in there. We had some practical props for that, but then with all the action, all of that was becoming CG.
In Badlands, we have a plethora of monsters of differing sizes and shapes and purposes to the story. And at one point, Deck loses his classic Predator weapon. And so we have this idea that, well, what if he tries to recreate that weaponry with organic materials that are at hand? He can make his gauntlet with the blades out of the spikes of the creature, like this creature, for instance, this vulture, this beautiful big designs. The tip of this beak is very sharp, so Deck cuts that off and applies it to his gauntlet.
He puts a mask together from parts of a big armored elk-like creature.
One of the more creative aspects of this is that he somehow needs to recreate his shoulder cannon, the classic Predator shoulder cannon. So he had this idea that maybe there's a creature that he could find that has two chemicals that when they hit in midair together, these chemical strands, they mix and become like a scalding hot lava.
Designing the callus, designing the creature that can't be killed was incredibly challenging because it has to live up to audiences' expectations, and you hope that when you see it, it looks unexpected. But actually the callus is so much more of a character than just the big threat of the movie. So I wanted to give it a sense of nobility and dignity on top of its monstrousness. I looked to the designs of Miyazaki in some of the video games that I've loved, the Shadow of the Colossus and Ico series that have beasts that are scary, but also there's something more familial and instinctual inside of them. So the callus hopefully lives up to what the audiences are going to be building towards throughout the movie.
The inspiration we got from Dan was very like a panther, hence the shape of the body, but we added a tail to be able to have something that looks dangerous, that could really hurt somebody.
We were involved in early concept phases with the filmmakers and our art department here at Weather Effects, engaged on a series of concept art to really crank down the design and find who the Calus really wanted to be.
The other challenge, of course, was designing Bud so that you do not see a connection between the Calus and Bud for the majority of the movie, and then when you find there is a connection, it actually does make complete sense.
The brief was like Bud could have a range from like a puppy to ape. It was a mix, sometimes even like mixing with a reptile type of movement. Really put like a lot of effort in trying to find the attitude and the emotions.
Bud's a special little creature. She needed to look almost the opposite of the Calus in that when you first meet her, we wanted you to feel like, oh, maybe she's harmless.
You are little sweet little thing.
But then actually, she is very capable of ripping lots of things to shreds and dealing with the environment in ways that Deck can't. Deck has to deal with all of these different creatures, but also the planet itself.